Um, as we've mentioned before, the church will be moving locations at the end of October. So, if you have built something here and you would like it, please let us know. Because we're going through and trying to figure out what we're storing, what we're taking, what we're selling, all that fun stuff. So please let someone on leadership know if you've built something and you want to keep it or want to ensure that it goes to good use. Please let us know just so that we can double check and verify that. As I mentioned, VBS starts today, goes through Thursday. It's 5:45 to 8. If you are helping with that, please be here as soon as you can. 5:15, 5:30, 5:30-ish. Kids are going to start getting here at 5:45, so be here early enough to be prepared to help with all of that if you are a volunteer. And I don't actually have that many announcements here, so those are the only two I'm going to share. Anything else you can find online at cpf.me. If you have a tithe or offering to give, we have a physical box over there that you can give at. You can give online at cpf.me. But what we're going to do now is, the band wants to come up here. We are going to stand and worship and begin our service together. So if you guys would stand with us and worship.
Christ be magnified. Let his praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Oh, Christ be magnified. Let his praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Stand strong and worship you. And if it puts me in the fire, I'll rejoice 'cause you're there too. I won't be formed by feelings. I'll hold fast to what is true. If the cross brings transformation, I'll be crucified with you. 'Cause death is just the doorway into resurrection life. If I join you in your suffering, then I'll join you when you rise. When you return in glory with all the angels and the saints, my heart will still be singing and my song will be the same. Oh, Christ be magnified. Let his praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Oh, Christ be magnified in the altar of my life. Christ be magnified in me. Oh, Christ be magnified. Let his praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Oh, Christ be magnified in the altar of my life. Christ be magnified in me.
Thank you for singing with us this morning. You may be seated.
Okay, so VBS starts today during service, like David has said. And so one of the new things that we're doing for VBS this year is incorporating a little skit. And so as our lovely actresses get ready, I just wanted to come up and fill this awkward time by me awkwardly talking. So, yeah, but I will come up after the skit and say a couple things before we're dismissed. So I know this morning's kind of different, but obviously VBS is an important week. So, so are we ready, Raven and Red?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
kiddos, pay attention because you're going to be seeing Raven and Red a little bit this week.
Hello, friends. My name is Red, and I'm an expert at finding the bigness of God in the smallest of places. And today I would like to introduce my assistant, Raven.
Hello.
So today we're going to take a look at some of the tools I use. Now, I have a magnifying glass, and Raven?
Everything is not okay. I can't find my magnifying glass.
Well, Raven, what did you bring?
A waffle. Check. My pickleball
We're
set.
in the jungle.
Check. Treats for tigers we encounter along the way.
Tigers?
Check. But I forgot my magnifying glass.
Well, I have an extra one for you, right back here.
Oh.
It'll work. It'll work.
Thanks. Oh, whoa. Everything is huge. Ginormous. I mean, can you see that? Look at that.
I mean, of course it is. God created everything there is to see and even more.
You knew about this? And, I mean, come on. I see a lot of big trees, plants, animals, bugs, and all this
Oh,
kind
yes. I knew. God created everything, and today we're taking a special look at all the things that show evidence to Him. God created everything, and yet He still wants to spend time with you and me.
Me?
Of course, we're special to God.
I cannot wait to explore God's amazing creation and all He has planned for us.
I'm excited for you, Raven.
I think I see a tiger.
Wait,
Tiger friend, I have some treats for you.
Not all tigers are friendly. Come back!
All right, yeah, give it up for Raven and Red. Yeah. They're so perfect in both of those roles. If you know them, you understand. Okay, so yes, I have lots of thank yous. So I usually try to take this time to just shout out some important people. I will be giving lots of thank yous throughout the week. So if I forget you, I'm so sorry. But I have, so just bear with me. I got a couple people that I need to just say thank you to. So first, Joy. Joy's back in the back. Yay, Joy. She does all of our registration. She makes sure that everyone gets in church track and that all of our kiddos are safe, okay? Lindsay, she's also in the back. Miss Lindsay, she helps organize my crafts. So VBS is a huge event, and I need lots of help. And so she took on crafts and planning those, and so I didn't have to, and that's super helpful. Star and Shane, which are back there too. Yep, Star and Shane, they spent all week with me last week. We lived at the church, and so they both helped dedicate a lot of time to help get all the decorations done and organization, and so I'm super thankful for them. Let's see, who else can I say thank you to? David, everyone look at David. David is... David's my catch-all, and he loves all the attention. So he is someone that I can message at like 11 o'clock at night because David is up really late, and ask him to do all of the techie things that I cannot do. So I'm super thankful for that. Thank you, David, for all the things. He's also helping in a class today or this week, so he does lots. Jessica, so Miss Jessica, yeah, give Jessica a hand. She looks beautiful today, so, like always. Jessica has been behind the scenes making lots of cool stuff for you kiddos, so I won't give anything away, but it's really a big task that she's taken on, and she's wonderful at it, so we're super thankful for that. Caitlin and Grant, who are not here today because they went on a little vacay for the 4th, but Caitlin and I have been working for months on VBS, and she is really my person that I get to bounce ideas off of, and she helps to come up with all of these wonderful decorations, and we just put all this together. And then I know there are lots more of you, so I'm really sorry if I'm forgetting one of you, and I will have lots more thank yous for all of you that are volunteering this week. But my family, so my husband, who always helps with VBS and does a great job, and also helps just make sure I stay sane. And then my 2 girls and all the kiddos that have helped this week. The Coker kids and the Snyder kids helped make butterflies this week. And so, and London, of course, and Maggie. So just anyways, I know I'm talking a lot, but those people deserved a big shout out. And we're just so thankful. Zoe does the food. Everyone look at Zoe. She loves attention too. Zoe does the food. I knew I was going to forget something, but I didn't. Yay. All right. So now here's your connection break. I said that weird. Kids can go to their kids area. We're going to start our first day, and then adults mingle. Goodbye.
Good morning. We are so glad that you're here this morning. It doesn't surprise me at all that my wife didn't pat herself on the back when she was up here, so I'm going to do it for her. She is a rock star who every summer leads the way on the undertaking of VBS, and every summer I am super impressed by what she can accomplish and do. So just tell her great job when you see her, because she pours her heart and soul to this thing, and it's a great week not only for our church but for our kiddos. So we end our series today, World at War. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. This has been one of the favorite series that I have done, personally, at least from my own standpoint. I really debated on whether or not to do today's sermon because it is a little bit niche. Okay, we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence. And like for some of you who just do really well to turn the TV on and you're like, man, I am a technological genius because of it, this may not mean much to you at all. But it does have a huge impact on our future going forward, and it will have an impact on your children and your grandchildren and their children. And so I think it's important for us to kind of wrap our head around the topic of artificial intelligence, what it means for us, how we as Christians might be able to use it, and the responsibilities that we have when it comes to the treatment of artificial intelligence. Now, I told you, though, last week that I would let you know where we're headed as far as the series are concerned, and that you would be the second to know, because I would obviously be the first. And so I do want to let you know that starting next week, David is going to kick off our series on Job called Sackcloth and Ashes. And so I'm super excited about that. I mentioned Job a lot, but I've never just kind of preached a series over Job. And so that's one that you will not want to miss. You'll want to be a part of for sure. But before we get there, we are going to kick off our series, or I guess finish our series here at on the World at War. So, artificial intelligence. It is the world's newest it girl. Okay, there's a really good chance that if you have a cell phone, you have one or possibly two AI generator apps on your phone. ChatGPT, anybody? Anybody use ChatGPT? I love ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT. Claude? Anybody? Claude? Claude is kind of a more educationally minded AI generator. I use that at school sometimes, and just to kind of bounce ideas off of, right? Which could be quite possibly scary. There's all kinds of different generators out there. Chances are that if you use a cell phone or you're on a computer, you have in some way used one. Even Google Gemini, if you've done a Google search recently, you maybe unknowingly have used AI generation. And so if we're being honest, we love it, right? We love it. And I can make a pretty solid argument for all of us that as long as we are using it to provide framework and we are falling short of formulating substance, that it is a good tool that we can use to help out in our daily lives, right? It has its place. But here's when we have an issue. Anytime the soulless is replacing the soul-filled, we have a problem. Anytime the soulless is replacing the soul-filled, we have a problem. I don't know if you guys follow along with the news. I usually don't. But when it comes specifically to this topic, there have been some AI-generated music artists that have topped the charts recently. That have been on not only in like the top 10, but there has been one specifically, and it's like Austin something. I don't know, because I kind of refuse to listen to any of it because it's flat doodle. It's AI-generated nonsense, and it is soulless. And so I don't care if it's got a good beat or it's catchy or I like the words. I will not, under any circumstances, give any of my time to that, because it is ridiculous when Taylor Swift exists. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. I have nothing against her either, right? She's just a talented human who can come up with a very catchy tune, okay? But anytime we have something like that taking place, I think we have a problem. AI should never take the place of human touch or spiritual guidance. It should never take the place of human touch or spiritual guidance. And so I'm going to take us to Genesis chapter 1, verses 27. It says, "So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them." Now, how do we apply this to AI? I'm getting ready to explain it to you. So buckle up, folks. As image bearers of God, we share in his character and his attributes. This is something we have talked about recently. So if this sounds familiar, should. You've been paying attention to sermons. Great job. I love you. Okay? We represent him. And this verse is kind of the end of the creation narrative. It comes at the end of after he's already done some really impressive things, right? With just the creation of the world. And throughout that creation story, we learn some things about God. We learn that he is creative. We learn that he is thoughtful. We learn that he is powerful. And there are a myriad of other things that we can attribute to him as we kind of read through this story. We share, although arguably and frankly in a finite way, these attributes. Okay? Because we are designed in the kind of mode and model of God, we get to share in his character attributes. The soul of God is seen in creation. Just go outside and spend some time in nature and look at the trees and the insects and the birds and the fish, which are not as easy to catch as they should be, right? And just spend some time out in what God has done, and you will see his creativeness and his thoughtfulness and his power, and you will not be able to deny his existence. He breathed life and light into the inanimate and dark. AI, on the other hand, is cold and mechanical. It follows the algorithm. It answers the question. It follows the instructions. It mimics, through its production, the thoughtfulness and the creativeness of a soul-filled being, while frankly being the communist of technology. It is just evil and wrong. I don't know if I should have said that, but I did. You're welcome. Okay? And hey, at the risk of sounding like a fuddy-duddy, AI is dangerous. It is dangerous. It is dangerous. It is dangerous. And it should be approached and used accordingly. Okay? Now, if we look at Romans chapter 1, verses 19 through 21, we get these words. It says, since what may be known about God is plain to them, because God has made it plain to them, for since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. For although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God nor gave thanks to him. But their thinking became futile and their foolish hearts were darkened. We're told here, what I just told you, that we know God by his creation. In John 4:24, which I don't think we have up there, we're told that God is spirit. He is spirit, which means that his qualities and him himself are invisible to us, right? We have not seen God, and we cannot necessarily see the things that are always attributed to him, but creation, right? But because of his creation, which we have been given dominion over, we see his qualities and his attributes, which we would otherwise be blind to. They are made plain to us, right? It tells us in this passage, the invisible is made clearly known, or the invisible is clearly seen. I don't know if you've ever clearly seen something that's invisible, but if that's the case, you need to go see your doctor, okay? And you need to not act on the invisible things you're seeing. But because of the greatness of God and his creativity and his thoughtfulness and his power, we can clearly see what is invisible through what he has made. And we are told in this passage that these things are being understood. It says, have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made. Being understood is in the present tense. Why is this important to us? It is in the present tense. It tells us that this is a continuous and ongoing motion. We continually and ongoingly, which I don't think is a word, are being shown who God is through what he has created. How does this apply to us, and what is important about this to us? What did I tell you, and what did Scripture tell us? We are the image bearers of God, right? We represent him. God's creation shows us who he is, and we, being the image bearers of God, share in that same revelatory gift. People know us by what we make, what we produce, what we create, or as Scripture says, you will know them by the fruit they bear. People know us by what comes out of us. AI is an existential threat to human identity. It is an existential threat to human identity. And frankly, as I said before, it is scary and it is dangerous. I can take a picture of you and I can put it in an AI generator and I can make Dave Plemons say whatever I want Dave Plemons to say. And I can share it out on the internet for the entire world to see. And unless they're just well trained at knowing flapdoodle from real, they're not going to be able to tell you, oh, Dave didn't say that. And we see it all the time. It's dangerous. You see public figures, blue check marks on our social media, sharing out these AI-generated videos that we're attributing to people, and it's leading us to call these people evil and awful and sinful and blah, 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 and it's not real. They never said it. It never came from them. And we sit there and treat it like, oh, this is just really cool that you can do that. I can't believe you could do that. That's wow. That's impressive. Show them who you are, not what the machine is capable of. Show them who you are, not what the machine is capable of. Romans 9, chapter 20, verses 23. But who are you, a human being, to talk back to God? That's a rhetorical question. The answer is you are no one. Shut your mouth and know your role. Right? I mean, that's probably not the way they would say it, but that's how I'm saying it. Shall what is formed say to the one who formed it, why did you make me like this? Does not the potter have the right to make out of the same lump of clay some pottery for special purposes and some for common use? What if God, although choosing to show his wrath and make his power known, bore with great patience the objects of his wrath prepared for destruction? What if he did this to make the riches of his glory known to the objects of his mercy, whom he prepared in advance for glory? We are approaching. We are approaching, and I think it's quite possible that we are already there, our own Tower of Babel moment in history. And what I mean by that is that culture is doing its best to undermine the power and the authority of God through the process of self-inflation brought on by technological advancement. We have all knowledge at our fingertips, and we don't even have to work for it. Can't believe those losers in the past were working so hard. Let me just Google it. We're cloning life. We're roboticizing daily tasks. We are creating specimen and petri dishes using the processes of gene mapping and genetic testing to perfectly sculpt our offspring. This is what superhero nightmare scenarios are made out of. Go watch any Marvel movie, and this is basically the issue. And we didn't learn. And we don't have anybody coming to Hulk smash nothing. I mean, I will drop kick your computer if you want me to, but like, we're going to get to the point of no return, and then Jesus is going to come back. That's not a prophetic word I would never claim to know because I don't. But it sure seems like that's where we are headed. And we're doing all of these things, and we're like, man, look how great we are. We're like Stuart from Mad TV. You guys remember that guy? We type something into AI, and then we're like, look what I can do. I just did this. I'm awesome. It's like, you didn't do nothing, you big dummy. You type 4 words into a generator, and it produced that for you. We're so impressed with ourselves, and we are not doing it. And the worst thing about it is that we're slapping the potter's hand away from the wheel of creation. We're telling God, you don't get your say. And the fallout is real. Parents, grandparents, anybody that has children, or young adults that you are still trying to help raise and guide down the pathway that they should be going, you need to hear me on this. I have been a teacher for, I'm bad with timelines, at least 8 years, possibly 9. It's one of the two. One day they'll send me a letter that tells me I can retire and I'll disappear. Right? From the time I started, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, till now, we have seen a drastic decline in students' ability to struggle. And if you are coming behind your student and you are wiping their nose and you are cleaning their tushy every time they experience a little bit of struggle, you are ruining your child. And that's on you, and you will answer to God for it. I got no other way to say it. Stop spoiling your children. It's not my job to raise them. Do your job. And understand that your job isn't to wrap them in bubble wrap and make sure that they never get a boo-boo. You want to hear something even more harsh? Your kid ain't special. Sorry. They're yours. You love them. Not special. I can drop kick them like I can drop kick my own. They're my baby. They don't have to be. God gave them to you. You want to ruin them, God can take them away from you too. This is your warning. This is your wake-up call. Kids cannot struggle. They can't. Knowledge has lost its worth. Because, you know what? We can just Google it. We can just Google it. And they don't care about how they get the answer. And what's worse, and this should scare you, they don't care where the answer is coming from. They just put it into Google, and the very top result is what they write down. And you say, how'd you get your answer? How do you know that's true? I wrote it down. Congratulations. That's a good job. Now stop being a moron and support yourself. Tell me how you came up with the answer. Well, I got the answer. My dad's going to call up here and yell at you. Well, you tell your dad and your whole family to come see me. The scary thing is Google has become the gospel. I mean, seriously, whatever it says, man, we believe. And that should terrify you, because if you Google some theological question, you're going to get 6 pages of sinful nastiness that has no biblical truth whatsoever, and your kid's going to read it and swallow it whole and think, I figured it out, Google said it, I'm a genius. We just believe whatever the search results deliver. The source is irrelevant. As long as I've got something I can write down. Creativity, hard work, perseverance, all diminished. All diminished. Uniqueness is being trampled. We are producing cookie cutter cowards. And you've been told that the reason that that's taking place is because all of their teachers are trying to indoctrinate them in the public school system. And you believe it, because that's the first result on Google. And the real answer is their homes are failing them. I didn't mean to go this hard in the paint, but here we are. You won't let your kids struggle. You won't tell your kid that they're a moron. They come home and they say, the teacher's mean to me, and you're on the phone. I can't wait to call up there and show this teacher who's boss, not my angel. And then your teacher says, well, your angel's a demon, and you won't believe him. Well, they never act like that at home. Well, by all means, let me come to your house. And we wonder why we've got a bunch of sniveling, snarling failures who can't struggle. And the small group of people, educators, who are trying to fight against it are being belittled because big government's got their hand in the pie. And we don't care if our kids are actually learning. We just want our numbers to look a certain way. And we wonder why our education system is failing. And so we've got people ripping kids out of schools by the thousands. And they're homeschooling their babies. And I have no issue with homeschool. But some of you, and this is probably for the some of you who are listening to me online, some of you have no business whatsoever homeschooling your children. Some of you are doing a great job. You can come teach my class. If you feel like I'm attacking you right now, that's what we like to call conviction. Talk to God. Don't get mad at me. And we scream indoctrination and we blame them for our children's inability to thrive. And then the moment our children come home and they just want to talk to us, we say, here, watch this. Why don't you go over, Mama's tired, why don't you go over there and you can stare at the screen and you'll become wise. We don't even have them watching Sesame Street, which I don't know that I'd be doing anyways, or educational programming. We just are like, here, go watch this cartoon where no one says a single word and all you hear is blah, 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 blah. Pastor, do your kids watch that stuff too? You bet. Should they? Obviously not. But sometimes Papa's tired. We are producing generations of individuals who value the outcome over the process, but it's the process that perfects us. It's the process that makes us grow. It's the process that pushes us forward. Here's where it's become dangerous. Here's where we're starting to reach the point of no return. This mindset is taking over the workplace. We produced a workforce, or at least we produced those who are hiring the workforce, that focus only on speed and productivity over human touch. And people are literally losing their jobs to a computer. And the process doesn't matter. How you arrive at the finish line doesn't matter as much as getting there matters. You can't even call a place anymore and talk to a human. Please give me a short sentence about what you are calling about today. And I got to yell operator like 700 times. I'm out in front of my house, operator! And my neighbors are like, he's at it again. Because I don't want to talk to your stupid AI-generated computer system. I don't care if you can help me. Give me a human. But if I can have the computer answer your questions, then I don't have to pay a human being to do it. And that's more money in my pocket. All the while, I'm going to cry about how things are really tough right now and we're just not making enough money. Anyways, now we got people losing their job to artificial intelligence, and pretty soon those teachers I was talking about will be gone too, because we can just put them in front of a computer screen and that'll teach them just as well. You guys ever seen the movie WALL-E? Go watch it. And look what happens to the people that are floating around in space, just flat, gelatinous blobs who can't walk or move and don't know how to work without their motorized scooter because everything's being done for them. And now they can't even flip the switch to their bidet. It's automatic. The soulless is replacing the soul-filled. And we are being bullied into believing that it's for our betterment. And if you speak against it, you're just getting in the way of progress. Instead of what you're really doing, which is valuing our most important asset, people. Christians have a responsibility, we have a duty to use our new friend with integrity. We have to make sure that we are not allowing the soulless to replace the soul-filled. And we have a duty and a responsibility to do everything we can do to pump the brakes to make sure that others are following in those footsteps as well. Because before long, and again, I will be honest, I think we're already in the first stages of it, we are going to experience a crisis. And your social security, which is already being diminished and reduced, is going to completely disappear because there are no humans to pay into the system because the computer is doing all of the work. Parents, I would start talking to your children about electrician work and welding and plumbing, because I don't know of a computer that can get rid of a clog as well as a human. Pretty soon, the only thing we're going to have left is those tasks that can be done with a person's hands. And it won't be long after that it'll just be one person who sets up their machine and clicks one button, and all of a sudden the work is done. And it's going to be too late. We're going to wake up one day and we're going to wonder how we got here. Why can't I find work? My children are starving. And I'm not a doom and gloom guy. I've been around for a long time. You know that. I'm not a the sky is falling, here comes Armageddon individual. But I am telling you that out of anything in my lifetime, the thing that I am most scared of is artificial intelligence. If you want to talk about Satan running rampant in our world unchecked, he's disguising himself as a supercomputer who's taking away your autonomy, your need to struggle, and your need to think. And when the only thing that you start believing is that first search result that pops up, your faith is going to be under attack at every turn. Parents, you got a kid under 15, do not let them use AI. I don't have a scriptural support for that. That's just the best advice I can give you. Do not let them use it. If your kid comes home and my teacher was mean to me, and I had all the answers, and they gave me a bad grade because they said I was using AI, your first statement should be, well, then don't be a moron next time and do the work. We got to reorder our priorities before it's too late. And we are seriously approaching the line where it's going to be too late. That's all. Let's pray. God, I come to you right now. I thank you for this day. And Lord, I got a little more intense than I intended to. I didn't really know that was coming, but, I'm sure it was good for someone, and someone needed to hear it. And I stand by everything I said. I don't think I said anything that was untrue or unnecessary. And Lord, I just pray for our hearts and our minds, God, as we have progressively been taught to value the human being less and less, unless that human being is ourselves. And that's really dangerous territory to get into. We have been taught that we should challenge authority simply on the basis that they're the authority and we're not. And that too is dangerous. It sets a very dangerous precedent. And God, I'm worried about us. I'm worried about our world. I'm worried about whether or not, with all of the technological advances that are coming down the pipe, whether or not we can truly love our neighbor as we love ourselves. Because we are watching as people are losing their careers that they've had for the majority of their lives. We're watching as people are being devalued and as the machine is taking over because we don't have to pay it as much, or because it works quicker, or because productivity is everything. And I don't know that I know the solution other than to just say, hey, we need to pump the brakes and we need to realize what we're doing before it's too late. God, I think the church can and should lead the way. I think we have a responsibility to use technology with integrity and to value human creation over that of the machine. Lord, I would pray that you would just convict all of us in the individual ways that we need to be convicted as it pertains to today's specific topic, that you would give us clarity and peace of mind about how we are teaching our children to live and to struggle and to persevere and to be creative and to be thoughtful and to push forward and to fail. God, we learn the most from our failures. And I fear that kids don't really get to experience that anymore because we do everything we can to make sure that they never experience failure because we're so worried about them being fragile, and it's just leading us down a very dangerous path. So God, be with us. Spirit, speak to us. Again, give us clarity and help us to make the right decisions, not only for our loved ones, but for the world. We ask these things in Jesus' powerful name. Amen. Stand with us. Worship with us. If you need prayer for something, come see me. Let's take it to God and let's shoot a prayer that direction. If you need to talk about salvation, let's do that. If membership is something on your mind, see me after. Okay? Let's talk about that. Otherwise, this is a time to worship and reflect.
still and know you're in this place. Please let me stay and rest in your holiness. Finding myself at a loss for words, and the funny thing is, it's okay. Shadows surround me and doubt fills my heart. Your light breaks the darkness and sets truth apart. The skies tell your glories, your strength and your grace. All creation bears witness to a love none can erase. I'll rejoice always and pray without end. I'll give you thanks, Lord, for the storm that I'm in. I count it all blessings to strengthen my faith. In every moment I'll give you praise. You're the Lord of creation and all of my days. So I'll sing and shout in the glory of your name. Holy forever you will remain. My hope through the sorrow, my strength through the pain. So I lift my hands, Lord, through sunshine and rain. Because of your mercy I have a new name. The cross stands before me, a sign of your love, with mercy poured out from heaven above. You conquered the darkness, you silenced the grave. In your resurrection my soul is remade. I'll rejoice always and pray without end. I'll give you thanks, Lord, for the storm that I'm in. I count it all blessings to strengthen my faith. In every moment I'll give you praise. You're the Lord of creation and all of my days. So I'll sing and shout in the glory of your name. Mountains may crumble and oceans may roar, but I'll trust your promise, your love evermore. There's nothing I offer to measure your worth. All that I have, Lord, is more than deserved. I'll rejoice always and pray without end. I'll give you thanks, Lord, for the storm that I'm in. I count it all blessings to strengthen my faith. In every moment I'll give you praise. You're the Lord of creation and all of my days. So I'll sing and shout in the glory of your name. I'll rejoice always and pray without end. I'll give you thanks, Lord, for the storm that I'm in. I count it all blessings to strengthen my faith. In every moment I'll give you praise. You're the Lord of creation and all of my days. So I'll sing and shout in the glory of your name. God of the valleys, the highs and the lows, in the midst of it all, Lord, your glory still shows.
All right, very cool. So here's what I got to tell you. VBS is this week, yes? So I need a little help from you, those of you that are physically able as service ends. What we want to do is stack chairs in stacks of 5 or 6, okay? So if you can help us do that, you don't have to move them anywhere. If you'll just create the stacks, we will take care of moving them where we need to move them. That will start to help us. Also, please be praying over this week, okay? We're going to have like 40-ish little kiddos here this week to learn about Jesus and to hear the good news. And just be praying for those that are working and those that are doing all the stations and those that are in the classrooms and walking around with the kiddos. It is a long week. It is going to be a very hot week. It is going to be a very tiring week. But all of that being said, it is going to be a very God-filled week as well. And so just please be praying for those kiddos, for those teachers, and everybody involved. That is a way that you can help if you're not helping in any other way. And for those of you that are helping in all the other ways, we thank you for that as well. Okay? We've got some big things happening behind the scenes. God is doing what God does. He is answering all those questions. I can't share them all with you exactly yet, but when we have some more finalized details, I look forward to that. I will just tell you this. We went from being, and I've used this statement a couple times with leadership, we went from being like, oh no, what are we going to do, to oh no, what are we going to do, because we have multiple great options. And so just be praying for leadership over that. A decision, I think, has been made, but there's just some behind-the-scenes things that aren't necessarily in our control that we've got to have happen in order for me to give you all the info, okay? But God is doing good stuff. Go out, trust him, love people, and have a great week. We will see you next Sunday. I won't, because I'll be on vacation, but like I said, David is going to be leading the way. You won't want to miss that first Sunday of sackcloth and ashes on Job. Here we go. All right, that got real bad. Goodbye.